ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste, my dear friends. In this video I am going to describe and explain the Tejobindu Upanishad of Krsna Yajurveda. It starts with chapter number 1. From dhyana, the supreme meditation should be upon Tejobindu, which is the Atma of the universe, which is seated in the heart, which is of the size of an atom, which pertains to Shiva, which is quiescent and which is gross and subtle, as also above these qualities. That alone should be the dhyana of the munis as well as of man, which is full of pains, which is difficult to meditate on, which is difficult to perceive, which is the emancipated one, which is decayless and which is difficult to attain. One whose food is moderate, whose anger has been controlled, who has given up all love for society, who has subdued his passions, who has overcome all fears, heat and cold, etc., who has given up his egoism, who does not bless anyone nor take anything from others, and also who goes where they naturally ought not to go and naturally would not go where they like to go. Such persons also obtain three in the fish. Hamsa is said to have three seats. Therefore, know it is the greatest of mysteries, without sleep and without sport. It is very subtle, of the form of Soma, and is the supreme seat of Vishnu. That seat has three faces, three gunas, and three dhatus, and is formless, motionless, changeless, sizeless, and sportless. That seat is without upadhi and is above the reach of speech and mind. It is swabhava, self or nature, reachable only by bhava, being. The indestructible seat is associateless, without bliss, without mind, difficult to perceive, emancipated, and changeless. It should be meditated upon as the liberated, the eternal, the permanent, and the indestructible. It is Brahma, is Adhyatma or the deity presiding as Atma, and is the highest seat of Vishnu. It is inconceivable of the nature of Chidatma, and above the Akas is void and non-void, and beyond the void and is abiding in the heart. There is in it neither meditation nor meditator, nor the meditated, nor the non-meditated. It is not the universe, it is the highest space, it is neither supreme nor above the supreme. It is inconceivable, unknowable, non-truth, and not the highest. It is realized by the munis, but the devas do not know the Supreme One. avarice, delusion, fear, pride, passion, anger, sin, heat, cold, hunger, thirst, thought and fancy, all these do not exist in it. In it there is no pride of belonging to the Brahmana caste, nor is there the collection of the knot of the salvation in it. There is no fear, no happiness, no pains, neither fame nor disgrace. That which is without these state is the supreme Brahma. Yama, forbearance, niyama, religious observance, tyaga, renunciation, mauna, silence, according to time and place, asana, posture, mula bandha, seeing all bodies as equal, the position of the eye, prana, samyana, control of breath, pratyahara, subjugation of the senses, dharana, atam dhyana, and samadhi. These are spoken of as the parts of yoga in order. That is called yama, in which one controls all his organs of sense and actions through the vijnana that all is Brahma. This should be practiced often and often. Niyama, in which there is the supreme bliss enjoyed through the flowing or inclination of the mind towards things of the same spiritual kind with Brahma, and the abandoning of things differing from one another is practiced by the sages as a rule. In Tyaga, renunciation, one abandons the manifestations or objects of the universe through the cognition of Atma, that is Sat and Chit. This is practiced by the great and is the giver of immediate salvation. Mauna, the silence in which without reaching that speech, without that speech returns along with mind, is fit to be attained by the yogins and should be ever worshipped by the ignorant even. How is it possible to speak of that from which speech returns? How should it be described as the universe as there is no word to describe it? It is that which is really called silence and which is naturally understood as such. There is silence in children, but with words latent, whereas the knowers of Brahma have it silence but without words. That should be known as the lonely seat in which there is no man in the beginning, middle, or end, and through which all this universe is fully pervaded. The illusion of Brahma and all other beings takes place within one twinkling of his eye. That should be known as asana, posture in which one has with ease and without fatigue uninterrupted meditation of Brahma. That is described by the word kala, time, that is endless, bliss, and that is secondless. Everything else is the destroyer of happiness. That is called Siddhasana, Siddha posture in which the Siddhas, psychical personages, have succeeded in realizing the endless one as the spot of the universe containing all the elements, etc. That is called the Mooladhara, Mool Bandha, which is the Moola, root of all worlds, and through which the root of Chitta is Bandha, bound. It should be always practiced by the Raj Yogins. One, after having known the equality of the Angas or parts of yoga point to one and the same Dharma should be observed in that equal or uniform Dharma. If not, there is not that equality attained. Then, like a dry tree, there is straightness or uniformity throughout, making one's vision full of spiritual wisdom. One should look upon the world as full of Dharma. That vision is very noble. It is generally aimed at the tip of the nose, but it should be directed towards that seat of Dharma wherein the cessation of seer, the seen and sight will take place and not towards the tip of the nose. That is called pranayama, the control of breath, in which there is the control of modifications of mind through the cognition of Dharma in all the states of Chitta and others. The checking of the conception of the reality of the universe is said to be expiration. The conception of I am Brahma is inspiration. The holding on long to this conception without agitation is cessation of breath. Such is the practice of the enlightened. The ignorant close their nose. That should be known as pratyahara, through which one sees Atma even in the objects of sense and pleases Chitta through Manas. It should be practiced often and often through seeing Dharma wherever the mind goes. The dharana of the mind is obtained. Dharana is thought of highly by the wise. By dharana is meant that state one indulges in the good thought. I am Brahma alone and is without any sport. This dhyana is the giver of supreme bliss, being first in a state of changelessness and then thoroughly forgetting even that state owing to the cognition of the true nature of Dharma. This is called samadhi. This kind of bliss should be practiced or enjoyed by a wise person till his cognition itself united in a movement with the state of pratyag atma. Then this king of yogins become a siddha and is without any aid outside himself. Then he will attain a state inexpressible and unthinkable. When samadhi is practiced, the following obstacles arise with great force: absence of right inquiry, laziness, inclination to enjoyment, absorption in material objects, tamas, distraction, impatience, sweat, and absent-mindedness. All these obstacles should be overcome by inquirers into Brahma. Through bhava vrittis, worldly thoughts, one gets into them. Through sunya vrittis, void or empty thoughts, one gets into them. But through the vrittis of Brahma, one gets fullness. Therefore, one should develop fullness through this means of Brahma. He who abandons this virtue of Brahma, which is very purifying and supreme, that man lives in vain like a beast. But he who understands this virtue of Brahma and having understood it makes advances in it, becomes a good and blessed person, deserving to be worshipped by the three worlds. Those who are greatly developed through the ripening of their past karmas attain the state of Brahma. Others are simply reciters of words. Those who are clever in arguments about Brahma but are without the action pertaining to Brahma, and who are greatly attached to the world, those certainly are born again and again in this world through their ajnana. The former never remain even for half a moment without the virtue of Brahma, like Brahma and others, Sanka, etc., Sukha and others. When a cause is subject to changes, it as an effect must also have its cause. When the cause ceases to exist, in truth, the effect perishes through right discrimination. Then that substance or principle which is beyond the scope of words remain pure. After that Virti Jnana arises in their purified mind through meditation with transcendental energy. There arises a firm certitude. After reducing the visible into the invisible state, one should see everything as Brahma. The wise should ever stay in bliss with their understanding full of a sense of Chit. Thus ends the first chapter of Tejobindu. Chapter 2. Then the Kumara asked Shiva, please explain to me the nature of Chinmatra, that is the partless non-dual essence. The great Shiva replied, the partless non-dual essence is the visible. It is the world, it is the existence, it is the self, it is mantra, it is action, it is spiritual wisdom, it is water. It is the earth, it is Akash, it is the books, it is the three Vedas, it is the Brahma, it is the religious vow, it is Jiva, it is Aja, the unborn, it is Brahma, it is Vishnu, it is Rudra, it is I, it is Atma, it is the Guru, it is the aim, it is sacrifice, it is the body, it is Manas, it is Chitta, it is happiness, it is Vidya, it is the undifferentiated, it is the eternal, it is the supreme, it is everything. O six-faced one, different from it, there is nothing, none but it. It is I. It is gross, it is subtle, it is knowable, it is thou. It is the mysterious, it is the knower, it is existence, it is mother, it is father, it is brother, it is husband, it is Sutra, Atma, it is Virat. It is the body, it is the head, it is the internal, it is the external, it is full, it is nectar, it is Gotra, clan, it is Graha, the house, it is the preservable, it is the moon, it is the stars, it is the sun, it is the holy seat, it is forgiveness, it is patience, it is the gunas, it is the witness, it is a friend, it is a relative, it is an ally, it is the king, down, kingdom and subjects, it is Om, Japa, meditation, the seat, the one worthy to be taken in, the, the heart, the jyotis, Swarga, heaven and self. All the partless and non-dual essence should be regarded as Chinmatra. Chinmatra alone is the absolute consciousness, and this partless non-dual essence alone is the real essence. All having consciousness alone except those having changes are Chinmatra. All this is Chinmatra. He is Chinmaya. The state of Atma is known as Chinmatra, and the partless non-dual essence. The whole world is Chinmatra. Your state and my state are Chinmatra. Akash, Earth, Water, Vayu, Agni, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva and all else that exist or do not are Chinmatra. That which is the partless non-dual essence is Chinmatra. All the past, present and future are Chinmatra. Substance and time are Chinmatra. Knowledge and the knowable are Chinmatra. The knower is Chinmatra. Everything is Chinmatra. Every speech is Chinmatra. Whatever else is Chinmatra. Asat and Sat are Chinmatra. The beginning and end are Chinmatra. That which is in the beginning and end is Chinmatra ever. The Guru and the disciple are Chinmatra. If the seer and the seen are Chinmatra, then they are always Chinmatra. All things wondrous are Chinmatra. The gross body Chinmatra, as also the subtle and causal bodies. There is nothing beyond Chinmatra. The body is a symbol of Chinmatra, Sankalpa, knowing, mantra, and others. The gods invoked in mantras, the gods presiding over the 8 quarters, the phenomenal and the supreme Brahma are nothing but Chinmatra. There is nothing without Chinmatra. Maya is nothing without Chinmatra. Puja, worship is nothing without Chinmatra. Meditation, truth sheets and others. The 8 Vasus, silence, non-silence and indifference to objects are nothing without Chinmatra. Everything is from Chinmatra. Whatever is seen and however seen, it is Chinmatra. So far, whatever exists and however distance is Chinmatra. Whatever elements exist, whatever is perceived and whatever is Vedanta, all these are Chinmatra. Without Chinmatra, there is no motion, no moksha and no goal aimed at. Everything is Chinmatra. Brahma, that is the partless non-dual essence, is known to be nothing but Chinmatra. Thou, O Lord, art the partless non-dual essence stated in the books, in me, in thee, and in the ruler. He who thus perceives I as of one homogeneity, pervading everywhere, will at once be emancipated through this spiritual wisdom. He is his own Guru with this profound spiritual wisdom. Thus ends the second chapter of Tejobindu. Chapter number 3. The Kumara addressed his father again. Please explain to me the realization of Atma. To which the great Shiva said, I am of the nature of the Prabrahma. I am the supreme bliss. I am solely of the nature of divine wisdom. I am the soul supreme, the soul quiescence, the soul Chinmaya, the soul unconditioned, the soul permanent, and the soul Sattva. I am the I that has given up I. I am one that is without anything. I am full of Chidakas. I am the soul fourth one. I am the soul one above the fourth state of Turiya. I am of the nature of pure consciousness. I am ever of the nature of the bliss consciousness. I am of the nature of the non-dual. I am ever of a pure nature, solely of the nature of divine wisdom, of the nature of happiness, without fancies, desires or diseases, of the nature of bliss, without changes or differentiations, and of the nature of the eternal one essence and Chinmatra. My real nature is indescribable of endless bliss. The bliss above Sat and Chit and the interior of the interior. I am beyond reach of Manas and speech. I am of the nature of Atmic bliss, true bliss and one who plays with my Atma. I am Atma and Sadasiv. My nature is Atmic spiritual effulgence. I am the essence of the Jyotis of Atma. I am without beginning, middle or end. I am like the sky. I am solely Sat, Ananda and Chit, which is unconditioned and pure. I am the Sat Chit Ananda, that is eternal, enlightened and pure. I am ever of the nature of the eternal Shesha, serpent time. I am ever beyond all. My nature is beyond form. My form is supreme Akash. My nature is of the bliss of earth. I am ever without speech. My nature is the all seat, foundation of all. I am ever replete with consciousness without the attachment of body, without thought, without the modifications of chitta, the soul essence of Siddhatma, beyond the visibility of all and of the form of vision. My nature is ever full. I am ever fully contented, the all and Brahma and the very consciousness. I am I, my nature is of the earth. I am the great Atma and the supreme of the supreme. I appear sometimes as different from myself, sometimes as possessing a body, sometimes as a pupil, and sometimes as the basis of the world. I am beyond the three periods of time. I am worshipped by the Vedas, am determined by the sciences, and am fixed in the chitta. There is nothing left out by me, neither the earth nor any other objects here. Know that there is nothing which is out of myself. I am Brahma, a Siddha, the eternally pure, non-dual one. Brahma without old age or death. I shine by myself. I am my own Atma, my own goal. Enjoy myself, play in myself, have my own spiritual effulgence. I am my own greatness and am used to play in my own Atma, look on my own Atma and am in myself happily seated. I have my own Atma as the residue, stay in my own consciousness and play happily in the kingdom of my own Atma. Sitting on the real throne of my own Atma, I think of nothing else but my own Atma. I am Chidrupa alone, Brahma alone, Sat Chidananda, the secondless, the one, replete with bliss, and the soul Brahma, and ever without anything have the bliss of my own Atma, the unconditioned bliss, and am always Atma, Akas. I alone am in the heart like Chidaditya, the consciousness sun. I am contained in my own Atma, have no form or no decay, am without the number one, have the nature of an unconditioned and emancipated one, and I am subtler than Akas. I am without the existence of beginning or end, of the nature of the all illuminating, the bliss greater than the great, of the soul nature of Sat, of the nature of pure moksha, of the nature of truth and bliss, full of spiritual wisdom, and bliss of the nature of wisdom alone, and of the nature of Satchitananda. All this is Brahma alone. There is none other than Brahma, and that is I. I am Brahma, that is Sat and bliss and the ancient, the world, thou and the words that are not different from me. I am of the nature of consciousness. I am alone the great Shiva. I am beyond the nature of existence. I am of the nature of happiness. As there is nothing that can witness me, I am without the state of witness, being purely of the nature of Brahma. I am the eternal Atma. I alone am the Adi Sesa, the primeval Sesa. I alone am the Sesa. I am without name and form, of the nature of bliss, of the nature of being, unperceivable by the senses, and of the nature of all beings. I have neither bondage nor salvation. I am of the form of eternal bliss. I am the prime evil consciousness alone, the partless and non-dual essence beyond reach of speech and mind, of the nature of bliss, everywhere of the nature of fullness, everywhere of the nature of earthly bliss, of the nature of contentment, everywhere the supreme nectary essence and the one and secondless Sat, which Brahma. There is no doubt of it. I am of the nature of all void. I am the one that is given out by Vedas. I am of the nature of the emancipated and emancipation, of the nirvanic bliss, of the truth and wisdom of Sat alone, and bliss of the one beyond the fourth, of one without fancy, and ever of the nature of Aja, the unborn. I am without passion or faults. I am the pure, the enlightened, the eternal, the all-pervading, and of the nature of the significance of Om, of the spotless, and of Chit. I am neither existing nor non-existing. I am not of the nature of anything. I am of the nature of the actionless. I am without parts. I have no semblance, no manas, no sense, no buddhi, no change, none of the three bodies, neither the waking, dreaming, or dreamless sleeping states. I am neither of the nature of the three pains nor of the three desires. I have neither Sravana nor Manana in Chidatma in order to attain salvation. There is nothing like me or unlike me. There is nothing within me. I have none of the three bodies. The nature of Manas is unreal. The nature of Buddhi is unreal. The nature of Aham, the I, is unreal. But I am the unconditioned, the permanent, and the unborn. The three bodies are unreal. The three periods of time are unreal. The three gunas are unreal. But I am of the nature of the real and the pure. That which is heard is unreal, and the Vedas are unreal, the Shastras are unreal, but I am the real and of the nature of Chit. The Murtis, Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra having limitation are unreal. All the creation is unreal. All the tattvas are unreal, but know that I am the great Sadasiva. The master and the disciple are unreal. The mantra of the Guru is unreal. That which is seen is unreal, but know me to be the real. Whatever is thought of is unreal. Whatever is lawful is unreal. Whatever is beneficial is unreal, but know me to be the real. Know the Purusha ego to be unreal. Know the enjoyments to be unreal. No things seen and heard are unreal, as also the one woven warp-wise and woof-wise. This universe causes and non-causes are unreal. Things are lost or obtained are unreal. Pains and happiness are unreal. All and none, all are unreal. Gain and loss are unreal. Victory and defeat are unreal. All the sound, all the touch, all the forms, all the taste, all the smell, and all ajnana are unreal. Everything is always unreal. The mundane existence is unreal. All the gunas are unreal. I am the nature of Sat. One should cognize his own Atma alone. One should always practice the mantra of his Atma. The mantra Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahma, removes all the sins of sight, destroys all other mantras, destroys all the sins of body and birth, the noji of Yama, the pains of duality, the thought of difference, the pains of thought, the disease of buddhi, the bondage of chitta, all diseases, all griefs and passions instantaneously, the power of anger, the modifications of chitta, sankalpa, crores of sins, all actions, and the ajnana of Atma. The mantra I am Brahma gives indescribable bliss, gives the state of Ajada, the non-inertness or the under undecaying, and kills the demon of non-Atma. The thunderbolt I am Brahma clears all the hill of not Atma. The wheel I am Brahma destroys the asuras of not Atma. The mantra I am Brahma will relieve all persons. The mantra I am Brahma gives spiritual wisdom and bliss. There are 7 crores of great mantras, and there are vartas, vows, or yielding 100 crores of births, having given up all other mantras. One should ever practice this mantra. He obtains at once salvation, and there is not even a particle of doubt about it. Thus ends the 3rd chapter of the Tejobindu Upanishad. Chapter number 4. The Kumara asked the great Lord, please explain to me the nature of Jivan Mukti, embodied salvation, and Videha Mukti, disembodied salvation. To which the great Shiva replied, I am Chidatma, I am Atma, I am the Nirguna, greater than the great. One who will simply stay in Atma is called Jivan Mukta. He who realizes I am beyond the three bodies, I am the pure consciousness, and I am Brahma is said to be a Jivan Mukta. He is said to be a Jivan Mukta who realizes I am of the nature of the blissful and of the supreme bliss, and I have neither body nor any other thing except the certitude I am Brahma only. He is said to be a Jivan Bhakta who has not at all got the I in myself, but who stays in Chinmatra, absolute consciousness alone, whose interior is consciousness alone, who is only of the nature of Chinmatra, whose Atma is of the nature of the all full, who has Atma left over in all, who is devoted to bliss, who is undifferentiated, who is all full of the nature of consciousness, whose Atma is of the nature of pure consciousness, who has given up all affinities for objects, who has unconditioned bliss, whose Atma is tranquil, who has got no other thought than itself, and who is devoid of the thought of the existence of anything. He is said to be a Jin Mukta who realizes I have no chitta, no buddhi, no ahankara, no sense, no body at any time, no pranas, no maya, no passion, and no anger. I am the great, I have nothing of these objects or of the world, and I have no sin, no characteristics, no eye, no manas, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no hand, no waking, no dreaming or causal state in the least or the fourth state. He is said to be a Jivan Mukta who realizes all this is not mine, I have no time, no space, no object, no thought, no snana bathing, no sandhyas, junction period ceremonies, no deity, no place, no sacred places, no worship, no spiritual wisdom, no seat, no relative, no birth, no speech, no wealth, no virtue, no vice, no duty, no auspiciousness, no jiva, not even the three worlds, no salvation, no divinity, no Vedas, no mandatory rules, no proximity, no distance, no knowledge, no secrecy, no guru, no disciple, no diminution, no excess, no Brahma, no Vishnu, no Rudra, no moon, no earth, no water, no Vayu, no Akash, no Agni, no clan, no Lakshya, object aimed at, no mundane existence, no meditator, no object of meditation, no manas, no cold, no heat, no thirst, no hunger, no friend, no foe, no illusion, no victory, no past, present, or future, no quarters, nothing to be said or heard in the least, nothing to be gone or attained to, nothing to be contemplated, enjoyed or remembered, no enjoyment, no desire, no yoga, no absorption, no garrulity, no quietude, no bondage, no love, no joy, no instant joy, no hugeness, no smallness, neither length nor shortness, neither increase nor decrease, neither adhyaropa, illusory attribution, nor apavada, withdrawal of that conception, no oneness, no manyness, no blindness, no dullness, no skill, no flesh, no blood, no lymph, no skin, no marrow, no bone, no skin, none of the seven dhatus, no whiteness, no redness, no blueness, no heat, no gain, neither importance nor non-importance, no delusion, no preservation, no perseverance, no mystery, no race, nothing to be abandoned or received, nothing to be laughed at, no policy, no religious vow, no fault, no bewilderments, no happiness, neither knower nor knowledge, nor the knowable, no self, nothing belonging to you or to me, neither you nor I, and neither old age, nor youth, nor manhood, but I am certainly Brahma. I am certainly Brahma, I am Chit, I am Chit. He is said to be a Jivan Mukta who cognizes I am Brahma alone, I am Chit alone, I am the Supreme. No doubt need be entertained about this. I am Hamsa itself. I remain of my own will. I can see myself through myself. I reign happy in the kingdom of Atma and enjoy in myself the bliss of my own Atma. He is a Jivan Mukta who is himself the foremost and the one undaunted person who is himself the Lord and rest in his own self. He is a Videhi Mukta who has become Brahma, whose Atma has attained quiescence, who is of the nature of Brahmic bliss, who is happy, who is of a pure nature, and who is a great moni, observer of silence. He is a Videha Mukta who remains in Chinmatra alone, without even thinking thus. I am all Atma, the Atma that is equal or the same in all, the pure without one, the non-dual, the all, the self only, the birthless and the deathless. I am myself the undecaying Atma, that is the object aimed at, the sporting, the silent, the blissful, the beloved, and the boundless salvation. I am Brahma alone, I am Chit alone. He is a Videha Mukta who, having abandoned the thought, I alone am the Brahma, is filled with bliss. He is a Videha Mukta who, having given up the certainty of the existence or non-existence of all objects, is pure Chidananda, the consciousness bliss, who, having abandoned the thought I am Brahma or I am not Brahma, does not mingle his Atma with decaying anywhere or at any time, who is ever silent with the silence of Satya, who does nothing, who has gone beyond gunas, whose Atma has become the all, the great and the purified of the elements, who does not cognize the change of time, matter, place, himself, or other differences, who does not see the difference of I, thou, this or that, who, being of the nature of time, is yet without it, whose Atma is wide, subtle, and universal, but yet without them, and whose Atma is divine and yet without devas, whose Atma is measurable and yet without measure, whose Atma is without inertness and within everyone, whose Atma is devoid of any sankalpa, who thinks always I am Chinmatra, I am simply Paramatmam, I am only of the nature of spiritual wisdom, I am only of the nature of Sati, I am afraid of nothing in this world, and who is without the conception of devas, Vedas and sciences. All this is the consciousness, etc., and regards all as void. He is a Videha Mukta who has realized himself to be Chaitanya alone, who is remaining at ease in the pleasure garden of his own Atma, whose Atma is of an illimitable nature, who is without the conception of the small and the great, and who is the fourth of the fourth state and the supreme bliss. He is a Videha Mukta whose Atma is nameless and formless, who is the great spiritual wisdom of the nature of bliss and of the nature of the state beyond Turiya, who is neither auspicious nor inauspicious, who has yoga as his Atma, whose Atma is associated with yoga, who is free from bondage or freedom, without guna or non-guna, without space, time, etc., without the witnessable and the witness, without the small or the great, and without the cognition of the universe or even the cognition of the nature of Brahma, but who finds his spiritual effulgence in his own nature, who finds bliss in himself, whose bliss is beyond the scope of words, words and mind, and whose thought is beyond the beyond. He is said to be a Videha Mukta who has gone beyond or mastered quite the modifications of Chitta, who illumines such modifications and whose Atma is without any modifications at all. In that case, he is neither embodied nor disembodied. If such a thought is entertained even for a moment, then he is surrounded in thought by all. He is a Videha Mukta whose external Atma, invisible to others, is the supreme bliss, aiming at the highest Vedanta, who drinks of the juice of the nectar of Brahma, who has the nectar of Brahma as medicine, who is devoted to the juice of the nectar of Brahma, who is immersed in that juice, who has the beneficent worship of the Brahmic bliss, who is not sati, who is not satiated with the juice of the nectar of Brahma, who realizes Brahmic bliss, who cognizes the Shiva bliss in Brahmic bliss, who has the effulgence of the essence of Brahmic bliss, who has become one with it, who lives in the household of Brahmic bliss, has mounted the car of Brahmic bliss, who has an imponderable Chit being one with it, who is sporting all, being full of it, who associates with me having it, who stays in Atma having that bliss, and who thinks all this is of the nature of Atma. There is nothing else beside Atma. All is Atma. I am Atma, the great Atma, the supreme Atma, and Atma of the form of bliss. He who thinks my nature is full, I am the great Atma, I am the all contented and the permanent Atma, I am the Atma pervading the heart of all, which is not stand by anything but which has no Atma. I am the Atma whose nature is changeless. I am the quiescent Atma and am the many Atma. He who does not think this is Jivatma and that is Paramatma, whose Atma is of the nature of the emancipated and the non-emancipated, but without emancipation or bondage, whose Atma is of the nature of the dual and the non-dual one, but without duality and non-duality, whose Atma is of the nature of all and the non-all, but without them, whose Atma is of the nature of the happiness arising from objects obtained and enjoyed but without it, and who is devoid of any sankalpa, such a man is a Videha Mukta. He whose Atma is partless, stainless, enlightened, Purusha without bliss, etc., of the nature of nectar of the nature of three periods of time but without them, whose Atma is entire and non-measurable, being subject to proof through without, though without proof, whose Atma is the eternal and the witness, but without eternality and witness, whose Atma is of the nature of the secondless, who is the self-shining, who without a second, whose Atma cannot be measured by Vidya and Avidya, but without them, whose Atma is without conditionedness or unconditionedness, who is without this or the higher worlds, whose Atma is without these six things beginning with Sama, who is without the qualifications of the aspirant after salvation, whose Atma is without gross, subtle, causal, and the fourth bodies, and without the Anna, Prana, Manas, and Vijnana seats, whose Atma is of the nature of Ananda, bliss seat, but without five seats, whose Atma is of the nature of Nirvikalpa, is devoid of Sankalpa, without the characteristics of the visible or the audible, and of the nature of void owing to unceasing samadhi, who is without beginning, middle, or end, whose Atma is devoid of the word of prajna, who is without the idea I am Brahma, whose Atma is devoid of the thought of the thou art, who is without the thought this is Atma, whose Atma is devoid of that which is described by Om, who is above the reach of any speech or three states, and that is indestructible and Chidatma, whose Atma is not the one which can be known by Atma, and whose Atma has neither light nor darkness. Such a personage is a Videha Mukta. Look only upon Atma, know it as your own, enjoy your Atma yourself and stay in peace. O six-faced one, be content in your own Atma, be wandering in your own Atma, and be enjoying your own Atma. Then you will attain Videha Mukti. Chapter 5. The sage named Nidagaha addressed the Venerable Ribhu. O Lord, please explain to me the discrimination of Atma from non-Atma. The sage replied thus: the furthest limit of all vak, speech, is Brahma. The furthest limit to all thoughts is the Guru, that which is of the nature of all causes and effects, but yet without them, that which is without sankalpa, of the nature of all bliss and the auspicious, that which is the great one of the nature of bliss, that which illuminates all luminaries, and that which is full of the bliss of nada, spiritual sound, without any enjoyment and contemplation, and beyond nadas and kalas parts, that is Atma, that is the I, the indestructible, being devoid of all the difference of Atma and non-Atma, of heterogeneity and homogeneity, and of quiescence and non-quiescence. That is the one Jyotis at the end of Nada, being removed from the conception of Mahavakyartha, that is meaning of Mahavakyas as well of I am Brahma, being devoid of or without the conception of the word and the meaning, and being devoid of the conception of the destructible and indestructible. That is the one Jyotis at the end of Nada, being without the conception I am the partless non-dual essence, or am the blissful and being of the nature of the one beyond all. That is one Jyotis at the end of Nada, he who is devoid of the significance of Atma with motion and devoid of Satya Chitananda, he is alone Atma the eternal. He who is undefinable and unreachable by the words of Vedas, who has neither externals nor internals, and whose symbol is either the universe or Brahma, he is undoubtedly Atma. He who has no body nor is a Jiva made up of the elements and their compounds, who has neither form nor name, neither the enjoyable nor the enjoyer, neither Sat nor Asat, neither preservation nor regeneration, neither Guna nor non-Guna, that is undoubtedly my Atma. He who has neither the indescribed, who has neither the described nor description, neither Sarvana nor Manana, neither Guru nor disciple, neither the world of the Devas nor the Devas nor Asuras, neither duty nor non-duty, neither the immaculate nor non-immaculate, neither time nor non-time, neither certainty nor doubt, neither mantra nor non-mantra, neither science nor non-science, neither the seer nor the sight which is subtle, nor the nectar of time that is Atma. Rest assured that non-Atma is a misnomer. There is no Manas as non-Atma. There is no world as non-Atma. Owing to the absence of all sankalpas and to the giving up of all actions, Brahma alone remains and there is no not Atma. Being devoid of the three bodies, the three periods of time, the three gunas of Jiva, the three pains and the three worlds, and following the saying all is Brahma, know that there is nothing to be known through the absence of Chitta. There is no old age through the absence of body, no motion through the absence of legs, no action through the absence of hands, no death through the absence of creatures, no happiness through the absence of buddhi, no virtue, no purity, no fear, no repetition of mantra, no guru, no disciple. There is no second in the absence of one. Where there is not the second, there is not the first. Where there is truth alone, there is no known truth possible. Where there is known truth alone, there is no truth possible. If you regard a thing auspicious as inauspicious, then auspiciousness is desired as separate from inauspiciousness. If you regard fear as non-fear, then fear will arise out of non-fear. If bondage should become emancipation, then in the absence of bondage will be no emancipation. If birth should imply death, then in the absence of birth there is no death. If thou should imply I, then in the absence of thou there is no I. If this should be that, this does not exist in the absence of that. If being should imply non-being, then non-being will imply being. If an effect implies a cause, then is the absence of effect. There is no cause. If duality implies non-duality, then in the absence of duality, there is no non-duality. If there should be the seen, then there is the eye or sight. In the absence of the seen, there is no eye. In the absence of the interior, there is no exterior. If there should be fullness, then non-fullness is possible. Therefore, all this exists nowhere. Neither you, nor I, nor this, nor these exist. There exists no object of comparison in the true one. There is no simile in the unborn. There is no in it, no mind to think. I am the Supreme Brahma. This world is Brahma only. Thou and I are Brahma only. I am Chinmatra simply, and there is no not Atma. Rest assured of it. This universe is not really at all. This universe is not really at all. It was nowhere produced and stays nowhere. Some say that Chitta is the universe, not at all. It exists not. Neither the universe nor Chitta, nor Ahankara nor Jiva exist really. Neither the creation of Maya nor Maya itself exist really. Fear does not really exist. Actor, action, hearing, thinking, the two samadhis, the measure, Agyana and Aviveka, none of these exist truly anywhere. Therefore, the four moving considerations and the three kinds of relationship exist not. There is no Ganga, no Gaya, no Setu bridge, no elements or anything else, no earth, water, fire, Vayu, and Akash anywhere. No devas, no guardians of the four quarters, no Vedas, no Guru, no distance, no proximity, no time, no middle, no non duality, no truth, no untruth, no bondage, no emancipation, no Shat, no asat, no happiness, etc. No class, no motion, no caste, and no worldly business. All is Brahma only and nothing else. All is Brahma only and nothing else. There exists then nothing or statement as that consciousness alone is. There is then no saying such as Chit is I. The statement I am Brahma does not exist then, nor does whatever is thought by Manas, whatever is determined by Buddhi, whatever is cognized by Chitta, all these do not exist. There is no yogin or yoga then. All are and are not. Neither day nor night, neither bathing nor contemplating, neither delusion nor non delusion. All these do not exist then. Know that is no, not Atma. The Vedas, sciences, Puranas, effect and cause, Iswara and the world and the elements and mankind, all these are unreal. There is no doubt of it. Bondage, salvation, happiness, relatives, meditation, chitta, the devas, the demons, the secondary and the primary, the high and the low, all these are unreal. There is no doubt of it. Whatever is uttered by the mouth, whatever is willed by Sankalpa, whatever is thought by Manas, all these are unreal. Whatever is determined by the Buddhi, whatever is cognized by Chitta, whatever is discussed by the religious books, whatever is seen by the eye and heard by the ears, and whatever exists as Sat, as also the ear, the eye, and the limbs. All these are unreal. Whatever is described as such and such, whatever is thought as so and so, all the existing thoughts such as thou art I, that is this and he is I, and whatever happens in moksha as also all sankalpas, delusion, illusory attribution, mysteries, and all the diversities of enjoyment and sin, all these do not exist. So is also known not Atma. Mine and thine, my and thy, for me and for thee, by me and by thee, all these are unreal. The statement that Vishnu is the preserver, Brahma is the creator, and Rudra is the destroyer, know that these undoubtedly are false. Bathing, utterings of mantras, japas, religious austerities, homa, sacrifice, study of the Vedas, worship of the devas, mantra, tantra, association with the good, the unfolding of the faults of gunas, the working of the internal organ, the result of avidya, and many crores of mundane acts. All these are unreal. Whatever is spoken of as true according to the verdict of all teachers, whatever is seen in this world and whatever exists, all these are unreal. Whatever is uttered by words, whatever is ascertained, spoken, enjoyed, given, or done by anyone, whatever action is good or bad, whatever is done as truth, know all these to be unreal. Thou alone art the transcendental Atma and the supreme Guru of the form of Akash, which is devoid of fitness for it and of the nature of all creature. Thou art Brahma, thou art time, and thou art Brahma that is ever and imponderable. Thou art everywhere of all forms and full of consciousness. Thou art the truth, thou art one that has mastered the siddhis, and thou art the ancient, the emancipated, emancipation, the nectar of bliss, the God, the quiescent, the diseaseless Brahma, the full and the greater than the great. Thou art impartial, Sat and ancient knowledge, recognized by the words truth, etc. Thou art divide of all parts, thou art the ever existing, thou appearest as Brahma, Rudra, Indra, etc. Thou art above the illusion of the universe. Thou shinest in all elements, thou art without sankalpa in all, thou art known by means of the underlying meaning of all scriptures, thou art ever content and ever happily seated in thyself, thou art without motion, etc. in all things, thou art without any characteristics in all things, thou art contemplated by Vishnu and other devas at all times. Thou hast the nature of Chit, thou art Chinmatra unchecked, thou stayest in Atma itself, thou art void of everything and without gunas. Thou art bliss, the great, the one secondless, the state of Sat and Asat, the knower and the known, the seer, the nature of Satchitananda, the Lord of Devas, the all-pervading, the deathless, the moving, the motionless, the all and the known, with quiescence and non-quiescence, Sat alone, Sat commonly found in all of the form of Nitya the unconditioned developed one and yet devoid of all siddhis. There is not an atom which thou does not penetrate, but yet thou art without it. Thou art devoid of existence and non-existence as also the aim and object aimed at. Thou art changeless, decay-less, beyond all nadas, without kala or kasta, divisions of time, and without Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Thou lookest into the nature of each and art above the nature of each. Thou art immersed in the bliss of self. Thou art the monarch of the kingdoms of self and yet without the conception of self. Thou art of the nature of fullness and incompleteness. There is nothing that thou seest which is not in thyself. Thou dost not stir out of thy nature, thou actest according to the nature of each. Thou art nothing but the nature of each. Have no doubt, thou art I. This universe and everything in it, whether the seer or the seen, resembles the horns of a hare or are illusory. Each earth, water, Agni, Vayu, Akas, Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara, Tejas, the worlds and the sphere of the universe, destruction, birth, truth, virtue, vice, gain, desire, passion, anger, greed, the object of meditation, wisdom, guru, disciple, limitation, the beginning and end, auspiciousness, the past, present, and future, the aim and the object of aim, mental restraint, inquiry, contentment, enjoyment, etc., the 8 parts of yoga, yama, etc., the going and coming of life, the beginning, middle, and end, that which can be taken and rejected, Hari, Shiva, the organs, Manas, the 3 states, the 24 tattvas, the four manas, one of the same class or different classes, Bhu and other worlds, all the caste and orders of life with the rules laid down for each, mantras and tantras, science and science, all the Vedas, the inert and the non-inert, bondage and salvation, spiritual wisdom and non-wisdom, the enlightened and the non-enlightened, duality and non-duality, the conclusion of all Vedantas and Shastras, the theory of the existence of all souls and that of one soul only. Whatever is thought by Chitta, whatever is willed by Sankalpa, whatever is determined by Buddhi, whatever one hears and sees, whatever the Guru instructs, whatever is sensed by all the organs, whatever is discussed in Mimamsa, whatever is ascertained by Nyaya, philosophy, and the great ones who have reached the other side of the Vedas, the saying, Shiva destroys the world, Vishnu protects it, and the Brahma creates it. Whatever is found in the Puranas, whatever is ascertained by the Vedas, and is the significance of all the Vedas, all these resemble the horn of a hare. The conception I am the body is spoken of as the internal organ. The conception I am the body is spoken of as the great mundane existence. The conception I am the body constitutes the whole universe. The conception I am the body is spoken of as the note of the heart, as non-wisdom, as the state of asat, as science, as the dual, as the true jiva, and as with parts, is certainly the great sin and is the disease generated by the fault of thirst after desire. That which is sankalpa, the three pains, passion, anger, bondage, all the miseries, all the faults and various forms of time, know these to be the result of manas. Manas alone is the whole world, the ever deluding, the mundane existence, the three worlds, the great pains, the old age and others, death and the great sin, the sankalpa, the jiva, the chitta, the ahankara, the bondage, the internal organ and earth, whatever, water, Agni, Vayu and Akash, sound, touch, form, taste and odor, the five seats, the waking, the dreaming and dreamless, sleeping state, the guardians of the eight quarters, Vasus, Rudras, Adityas, the seen, the inert, the pairs and non-wisdom, all these are the products of Manas. Rest assured, there is no reality in all that is Sankalpa. The whole world, the Guru, disciple, etc. do not exist, do not exist. Thus ends the fifth chapter of this Upanishad. Chapter number 6. Rebhu continued, know everything as Satchinmaya, full of Sat and consciousness. It pervades everything. Satchidananda is non-dual, decay-less, alone and other than all. It is I, it alone is Akash, and thou, it is I, there is in it no manas, no buddhi, no ahankara, no chitta or the collection of these. Neither thou, nor I, nor anything else, nor everything Brahma alone is. Sentence, words, Vedas, letters, beginning, middle or end, truth, law, pleasure, pain, existence, Maya, Prakriti, body, face, nose, tongue, palate, teeth, lip, forehead, expiration and inspiration, sweat alone, blood, urine, distance, proximity, limb, belly, crown, the movement of hands and feet, shastras, command, the knower, the known and the knowledge, the waking, dreaming and dreamless, sleeping and the fourth state, all these do not belong to me. Everything is Satchinmaya. interwoven, no attributes pertaining to body, elements and spirit, no root, no vision, no tejasa, no prajna, no virat, no sutatma, no isvara, and no going or coming, neither gain nor loss, neither the acceptable nor the rejectable, nor the censorable, neither the pure nor the impure, neither the stout nor the lean, no sorrow, time, space, speech, all fear, duality, tree, grass, or mountain, no meditation, no siddhi of yoga, no Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, no bird of beast or limb, no greed, delusion, pride, malice, passion, anger, or others, no woman, Sudra, caste, no others, nothing that is eatable or enjoyable, no increase or decrease, no belief in the Vedas, no speech, no worldliness or unworldliness, no transaction, no folly, no measure or measured, no enjoyment or enjoyed, no friends, son, etc., father, mother, or sister, no birth or death, no growth, body or eye, no emptiness or fullness, no internal organs or mundane existence, no night, no day, no Brahma, Vishnu or Shiva, no week, fortnight, month or year, no unsteadiness, no Brahmaloka, Vaikuntha, Kailasha and others, no Swarga, Indra, Agni Loka, Agni, Yamloka, Yama, Vayuloka, guardians of the world, three worlds, Bhu, Bhuvaswaha, Patala or surface of earth, no science, ni science, Maya or Prakriti, inertness, permanency, transience, destruction, moment, running, object of meditation, bathing, mantra or object, no adorable object, anointment or sipping with water, no flower, fruit, sandal that waved before God, praise, prostrations or circumambulance, no entreaty, conception of separateness, even oblation of food, offered food, sacrifice actions, abuse, praise, Gayatri and Sandhi, period of injunction such as twilight, etc., no mental state, calamity, evil, desire, bad soul, Chandala, low caste person, Pulkasha, unbearableness, unspeakableness, Kirta, hunter, Ketwa, demon, partiality, partisanship, ornament, chief or pride, no manyness, no oneness, durability, tried, tetrad, greatness, smallness, fullness or delusion, no Ketwa, Banaras, tapas, etc. Family, sutra, greatness, poverty, girl, old, woman or widow, no pollution, birth, introvision or vision, no sacred sentences, identity or the siddhis, anima, etc. Everything being consciousness alone, there is no fault in anything, everything being of the nature of Sat alone is it. Sat Chit Ananda, only Brahma alone is everything and there is nothing else. So that is I, that is I, that alone is I, that alone is I, that alone is I. The eternal Brahma alone is I am the Brahma alone without being subject to mundane existence. I am Brahma alone without any manas, any buddhi, organs or body. I am Brahma alone, not perceivable. I am Brahma alone and not Jiva. I am Brahma alone and not liable to change. I am Brahma alone and not inert. I am Brahma alone and have no death. I am Brahma alone and have no pranas. I am Brahma alone and greater than the great. This is Brahma, great. Great is Brahma, truth is Brahma. It is all pervading. Time is Brahma. Kala is Brahma, happiness is Brahma, it is self-shining, one is Brahma, two is Brahma, delusion is Brahma, Sama and others are Brahma, badness is Brahma, goodness is Brahma, it is of the form of restraint, quiescence and all pervading and the all-powerful, the Loka world is Brahma, Guru is Brahma, disciple is Brahma, it is Sadasiva, that which is before is Brahma, that which will be hereafter is Brahma, purity is Brahma, auspiciousness and inauspiciousness are Brahma, Jiva always is Brahma, I am Satchitananda, all are of the nature of Brahma, the universe is said to be of the nature of Brahma, Brahma is itself, there is no doubt of it, there is nothing out of itself, the letter Om of the form of consciousness is Brahma alone. Everything is itself, I alone am the whole universe and the highest seat, having crossed the gunas and am greater than the great, the supreme Brahma, Guru of gurus, the sport of all and bliss of bliss. There is no universe besides Atma, the universe is of the nature of Atma. There is nowhere or no place without Atma. There is not even grass different from Atma. There is not husk different from Brahma. The whole universe is of the nature of Atma. All this is of the nature of Brahma. Asat is not of the nature of Brahma. There is not a grass without from Brahma. There is not a seat different from Brahma. There is not a guru different from Brahma. There is not a body different from Brahma. There is nothing different from Brahma, like I-ness or you-ness. Whatever is seen in this world, whatever is spoken of by the people, whatever is enjoyed everywhere, all these are asat, unreal only. The difference is arising from the actor, action, qualities, likes, taste and gender. All these arise from asat and are but pleasurable. The difference is arising from time, objects, actions and success or defeat and whatever else. All these are simply asat. The internal organ is asat. The organs are asat. All the pranas, the collections of all these, the five seats, the five deities, the six changes, the six enemies, the six seasons, and the six tastes are asat. I am Satchitananda. The universe is rootless. I am Atma alone, Chit and Ananda. The scenes of mundane existence are not different. I am the truth of the nature of Ananda and of the nature of the imponderable Chit. All this is of the nature of Jnana. I am the secondless, having jnana and bliss. I am of the nature of all, illuminator of all things. I am of the nature of non-being. I am alone, shine always. Therefore, how can I with such a nature become asat? That which is called thou is the great Brahma of the nature of bliss of consciousness and of the nature of chit, having chidakasa and chit alone as the great bliss. Atma alone is I. Asat is not I. I am Kutastha, the great Guru and Satchit Ananda alone. I am this born universe, no time, no universe, no Maya, no Prakriti in me. I am alone the Hari personally. I alone am the Sadasiva. I am of the nature of pure consciousness. I am of the enjoyer of a pure Sattva. I am the only essence full of Chit. Everything is Brahma and Brahma alone. Everything is Brahma and is Chit alone. I am of the nature of all latent and all witness. I am the supreme Atma, the supreme Jyotis, the supreme wealth, the supreme gold, the essence of all Vedantas, the subject discussed in all the Shastras, the nature of yogic bliss, the ocean of the chief bliss, the brightness of all wisdom, of the nature of chief wisdom, the brightness of the fourth state and the non-fourth but divide of them, the indestructible Chit, truth, Vasudeva, the birthless and the deathless Brahma, Chidakas, the unconditioned, the stainless, the immaculate, the emancipated, the utterly emancipated, the soundless, the formless, and of the nature of a non-created universe. The universe which is assumed as truth and non-truth does not really exist. Brahma is of the nature of eternal bliss and is even by itself. It is endless, decay-less, quiescent and of the nature only. If anything is other than myself, then it is as unreal as the mirage in an oasis. If one should be afraid of the son of a barren woman, or if a powerful element be killed by means of the horns of a hare, then the world really is. Or if one person can quench his thirst by drinking the waters of the mirage, or if one should be killed by the horns of a man, then the universe really is. The universe exists always in the true Gandharva city, merely unreal. When the blueness of the sky really exists in it, then the universe really is. When the silver in mother of pearl can be used in making an ornament, when a man is beaten by the conception of a snake in a rope, when the flaming fire is quenched by means of a golden arrow, when milky food is obtained in the barren forest of a Vindhya mountain, when cooking can take place by means of the fuel of wet plantain trees, when a female baby just born begins to cook, when curds resume the state of milk, or when the milk milked goes back through the teats of a cow, then will the universe really be. When the dust of the earth shall be produced in the ocean, when the maddened elephant is tied by means of the hair of a tortoise, when mountains Meru is shaken by the thread in the stalk of a lotus, when the ocean is bound by its rows of tides, when the fire flames downwards, when flame shall become really cold, when the lotus shall grow out of flaming fire, when Indranila, sapphire, arises in the great mountains, when Meru comes and sits in the lotus eye, when a mountain can become the offering of a black bee, when Meru shall shake, when lion is killed by a gnat, when the three words can found in the space of the halo of an atom, when the fire which burns a straw shall last for a long time, when the object seen in a dream shall come in the waking state, when the current of a river shall stand still of itself, when the delivery of a barren woman shall be fruitful, when the crow shall walk like a swan, when the mule shall fight with a lion, when a great ass shall walk like an elephant, when the full moon shall become a sun, when Rahu, one of the nodes, shall abandon the sun and the moon, when a good crop shall arise out of the waste burnt seeds, when the poor shall enjoy the happiness of the rich, when the lion shall be conquered by the bravery of dogs, when the heart of Gyanis is known by fools, when the ocean is drunk by the dogs without any remainder, when the pure Akash shall fall upon man, when heaven shall fall on the earth, when the flower in the sky shall emit fragrance, when a forest appearing in pure Akash shall move, and when reflection shall arise in a glass simply without mercury or anything else in it back, then the world is really is. There is no universe in the womb of Aja, the unborn Brahma. There is no universe in the womb of Atma, duality and non-duality, which are but the results of differentiation, are really not. All this is the result of Maya. Therefore, there should be Brahma Bhavana. If misery should arise from the conception of I am the body, then it is certain I am Brahma. The knot of the heart is the wheel of Brahma, which cuts asunder the knots of existence. When doubt arises in one, he should have faith in Brahma, that non-dual Brahma, which is eternal and of the form of unconditioned bliss, is the God of Atma against the chief of the form of not Atma. Through instances like the above is established the nature of Brahma. Brahma alone is the all abode. Abandon the name even of the universe, knowing for certain I am Brahma, give up the I. Everything disappears as the flower from the hands of a sleeping person. There is neither body nor karma. Everything is Brahma alone. There are neither objects nor actions nor the four states. Everything which has the three characteristics of Vijnana is Brahma alone. Abandoning all actions, contemplate I am Brahma, there is no doubt of this, I am Brahma, of the nature of Chit, I am of the nature of Satya Chitananda. The great science of Sankara should never be explained to any ordinary person, to an atheist or to faithless, ill-behaved or evil-minded person. It should be after due examination given to the high-souled ones without whose minds are purified with devotion to their gurus. It should be taught for a year and a half, leaving off thoroughly and entirely the practice recommended by the other. Upanishads, one should study the Tejobindu Upanishad always with delight. By one studying it, he becomes one with Brahma. Thus ends the sixth chapter, thus ends the Upanishad. My dear friends, the gist of this Upanishad is, in this universe, Atma and Paramatma are same. Atma and Paramatma are real, because Atma and Paramatma are not born and never die. Both are beginningless, endless. So always be aware of your real existence. Your Atma is real. Your Atma is bliss. Your Atma is peace. If you always give full attention and be aware of your Atma every moment, then very soon you will have the self-realization. Your mind and egos will perish soon, and whatever remains, that will be Atma, and that is self-realization. That means liberty. And my dear friends, you are already self-realized. Why you feel you are not realized? That is the only biggest stumbling block in the way of self-realization and liberation. Otherwise, in a real sense, we are all self-realized and liberated, because we feel we are not realized and we are not liberated. This is the reason we are not aware of our self-realization and liberation. That is the only thing we have to stop thinking, that we are not realized and not liberated. So thank you for watching this wonderful Upanishad. Wonderful. Thank you, my dear friend. Thank you. Namaste.